Kathleen. I'm a social justice coordinator of the VCSA. I'm a second year science student in health science. I've always wanted to do something to make my community better, be involved socially to try and make a difference for other students. Well, it started with a poster. A poster, I remember it like it was yesterday. I saw the poster and it says something like, you want to make a difference or do you want to get involved? And I was like, yes, I do. And I saw it and I was like, okay, this is for me. I think that it changed me, really opening my eyes to how I can make a difference by the smallest things. Like, I don't have to create a movement that's going to mobilize every single person on the planet. I was in high school and I had all these teachers that were just such amazing people, and they were so open-minded, and I would ask, they wouldn't just teach me about French or English, they would really go beyond and teach me about life in general, but they would also teach me about the things that were going on around me, and they would really instill in me the idea that it's not only in my power to change these things, but it's my responsibility. And I started making I started making programs and projects in high school to raise self-esteem in young girls, because I had gotten to a point where my self-esteem was like sky high. There are individuals in our government that maybe want us to feel that way, want us to feel powerless, and want us to feel like we can't do anything, but being involved in my community has made me realize that we can, and that it makes me feel like I need to do something to actually kind of give my generation a wake-up call or something. It's really hard for somebody to realize that they are the ones that have to find the solutions to all the problems that are around them. Some people are more selfless than others, and they're able to say, okay, I want to put aside my desires and my dreams and my personal, benefit, because I want to do things for others, because what drives them and what wakes them up in the morning is to actually help other people. But some other people, they have passion for their intrinsic desires, their desires to actually satisfy themselves, and that's not a bad thing, that's just the way they're built. And the people who are built that way might have a harder time trying to really focus on the global aspect of everything. Like when I was in Haiti with my mom, she had this clinic, and at times people would come to her clinic and they would ask for medicine and for medical aid, and they wouldn't have any money. And my mom, she wouldn't mind. Like, we were comfortable enough for her to be able to give people what they needed without asking for anything in return. And being in that environment where you're raised around somebody that's completely selfless and that really just wants to help her community, it kind of rubbed off on me. And I think my main motivation for doing what I do every day is knowing that I want to spend the rest of my life doing a job that will put me in a place where I'm always helping people. Juggling school and VCSA and social justice work can be hard at times. And the worst part is that that's not it. If it were just like school, VCSA, and social justice, I would be fine, But no, there's volunteer work at the hospital. There's lifeguard duty, and it's everything at the same time. But I guess what gets me through it is knowing that I don't want to just give like 25 or 75% of myself in the things that I do. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right. Being part of the VCSA and social justice does contribute to my academic success, because sometimes I don't have to try as hard to communicate what I want, what I mean when I'm speaking, or when I'm trying, like an oral, or when I'm writing, because I've developed these communication skills that are pretty useful. I now feel more confident. Like, if I walk into any public place where I have to communicate or do public speaking or say what's on my mind, I'm not going to be afraid anymore. I think that the best way to get people of my generation and of like any generation involved in something is to speak their language, or movies or documentaries or images, because that's what speaks to us. We see images and videos every day, every second, every minute. I think the STAR program could be a huge motivating factor for students, because sometimes you need that extra push to actually get you to do something that you wouldn't do otherwise if that opportunity wasn't there. If people know that there's a benefit to actually being involved in their community, not only will they learn from it, but it will also help them when they're applying to university, and people can see that, oh, you're not just good in school, or you're not just trying your best to get good grades, but you're also involved in your community and you're a well-rounded person. Not only should they get involved because it would be beneficial for their grades and for their academic standing, but it will also be beneficial for them as human beings at the end of the day, because the more you're involved in your community, the more you realize how much simple actions and simple things can make a difference.